very strange. I had taken a picture by turning the camera. Usually means that the camera is not facing this way when I start the live stream. So that's fascinating. Okay, it is about 7:40 ish EST. Ooh, look at those bags under my eyes. Here on the East Coast, coming to you from the shop, which is dead. Not a single person in the shop besides for me, but that was not the case today. I have a very infrequent customer. I've talked about him before, Jack, who I've known. Hey, Dave, who I've known since I was a little kid. He came and picked up almost $400 worth of stuff that had been sitting for him for a couple months. His kids also, all adults, children, a few of them came with him. They bought some stuff. Dave, who's watching right now, picked up his hold list. Kedar picked up his hold list. A bunch of people who don't have like gigantic, like Jack's was gigantic, picked up. But more than that, a lot of people were out. It was a beautiful day here. It was lovely, which we've had a bunch of beautiful days and lovely weather. I just want to explain how good today was. Now again, keep in mind, a good chunk of this was Dave, was Jack, with Kedar, was, who else picked up hold? A few people picked up their hold list. So it's a good, I would say almost probably half, or close to half, 40% of what I'm about to say was people picking up their holds. But we did half of Free Comic Book Day's business. Okay, Free Comic Book Day, everything was 30% off. So we did half of that business on a normal, beautiful Sunday. That's terrific. I mean, that's great. I had a teenager in with his mom, and his mom was all like, yeah, he had said he wanted to get this book and that book and to look them up online. I said, no, we have a comic shop in our town. We're going. She's moving in her 40s, maybe 50s, maybe. We're going to the local store, and I didn't have all the things he was looking for, but I pointed him to a lot of other things, and he ended up buying a whole bunch of stuff that he didn't even know existed. For superheroes, Batman, Flash. Went to the dollar room and got stuff. He was very happy with what he got. I said you could order more. And there was a lot of that. There was a lot of people coming in and being like, hey, I want to find something like X, Y, or Z. Or do you? I had one guy, this really made me happy. I had one guy who said, yeah, do you have this specific Tilly Walden book? And I said, oh, we're out of that one. He goes, well, I've read everything. I've read that book. I just don't own it. What other recommendations do you have? And I said, oh, give me a second, because I was helping some other people. And you let me know movies and books that you like. We talked for a few minutes, and I started making recommendations, and he was just like, yes, yeah, I can't get all of these, but wow. He's looking through them, and so he came up to pay, and he bought like 3 books that he really liked. And he goes, I have to tell you, I have been to dozens of comic shops on Long Island and in New York. This is the only one that I've ever been to that the things that I like, the sort of stuff that I read regularly, and I read a lot of comics, are here. And not only are they here, you are knowledgeable in them. Because there's other stores that have some of this stuff, but I have to like find it. He goes, you're knowledgeable, and you can like, no one's made recommendations like this to me ever. And I was just like, yeah, that's what we do. That's what we do. That's what we're here for. I appreciate it. I really thank you. Because I will definitely be back. And the person who was with him was like, oh yeah, and I have to find out which witch hat my brother's up to, because he wants to get that. And it's funny to me because I need a good day like this, but I need a good day like this not just every Sunday. I need a good day like this every Sunday, and then like on a smaller level during the week, which is really only going to happen here now in the summer. I keep telling people, I do not know if we are going to stay open past this summer. Even like a day like today, which gives me a lot of hope, it's one day. I need lots and lots of days like this that give me this kind of hope and help move. I moved enough material that I felt comfortable making some reorders that I've been holding off on. Because I don't have space. I don't have money coming in to make some of the reorders of really popular stuff that I want to sell. So it was nice. I'm a little wired and I'm a little exhausted, which is how a good Sunday should make me feel, in my opinion. I had anticipated a slow day. I just thought it was going to be so beautiful. People weren't going to. It was the last time we had a day this lovely in the high 70s. We had people stop in, but they just stopped in, looked around, and left. So I prepared myself. Okay, I'm going to price single issues, you know? So yeah, I think it was a very decent day. I'm excited for a good summer. If this is the precursor of what the summer is going to be like, amazing. That's about it. We've got loads of great new stuff coming out this week. If you notice, we finally got our More store sign up right here behind me. Tim's beautiful sign that I posted a while ago on social media. It's finally up in the shop. And it was nice. I didn't have to, I had people stop here and look at it and go, oh, and then walk past, which is tremendous. Yeah, but that was it. It was a nice, busy day. I have actually, we just started season 16 of this live stream. This is episode 1501. And I had a couple of interactions. People were like, oh, you're on YouTube? And I said, yeah, mostly it's live little videos. But I really have to make more. And I've been doing a little reading and thinking about a couple of things that I might do videos about. So hopefully we're going to get Joey some footage to make some more videos, more stuff about what's out there in the market and what I really recommend. I look forward to more college kids being home, more people being out in beautiful weather, and a really nice summer. But I don't have a lot of hope that that's what's actually going to happen. I'm trying not to get too attached or excited, and that's here. That's this thing. Now, the reason I decided to not wait until I got home and do the live stream is because I talk about the subject matter, the industry, the comic industry subject matter a lot better when I'm live here. Then let's change our view. I feel like I'm always in the same spot on these videos, so let's get something different. There we are. Much nicer. Comic industry news. I was offline for this, but late Friday it was announced that the Diamond purchase by Universal and Ad Populum is complete. It's done. Universal has gotten Alliance, and Ad Populum has gotten the rest of the Diamond stuff. Again, in the listings I saw, Free Comic Book Day was not mentioned. So anyone's question what's happening with those. Why did I go and look this up? Because I went on Facebook, as I do only here at work, to see loads and loads of eulogies for Diamond. Oh, Diamond was so good. It was terrible in this, but it was good about that. It was all the stuff. And I'm like, what happened? So I found out that Saturday, right after Ad Populum finished their purchase, they fired a huge swath of people, including a humongous number of people who work within the direct market, single issue, publisher comic stuff. Chris Powell, who's like literally, he is the person who talks to comic shops. I don't think Stuart Schreck was fired yet, but he's also in that role. A lot of people were gone, so a lot of people took that to mean, all right, Diamond is over, Diamond is through. And I was talking to a retailer friend about it. I asked a couple it's a lie. I went to one retailer who's very plugged in, and I said, what's going on? What's happening with Diamond right now that everyone's like, it's over? And they gave me the lowdown on a bunch of that stuff. I clicked some articles after they talked to me, and I read a little more. And I said, after reading all of it, I said, look, I don't have the brain power, bandwidth, or energy to flip out every time something like this is happening. There's no reason that someone who bought Diamond would just, boom, jettison all the comic stuff. I understand that they have a lot of debt. I understand that specifically comics and graphic novels have been the thing that's caused the most, that they owe Abrams tons of money, they owe Penguin Random House tons of money. But these people bought this thinking there's going to be a profit there. So if they get rid of comics completely, they're going to make an announcement and go, we are no longer Diamond Comics distributors. We're getting rid of all. They haven't made that announcement yet. When they make that announcement, we will deal with it. But as of now, if you're keeping up with all the Diamond news, things look bleak. The people, Ad Populum, who is in charge of Diamond, is cleaning house, getting rid of people who they don't think are necessary, and it's anyone's guess what's going to happen. But they have not officially made any kind of announcement that they are getting rid of comic distribution ending contracts with publishers. On the flip side of that, Universal, who got Alliance Gaming, who just came in to get that little piece of Alliance Gaming, Universal has contracts with Image, Vault, Bad Idea, Dark Horse, all these companies that, if Ad Populum wants, they could there's a bunch of stuff that could happen that could make Universal the new Diamond. It hasn't been announced, it hasn't come to fruition. It doesn't mean it's not happening. I don't say I have a lot of hope for that. When I spoke to this other retailer, big point about how they get like nothing from Diamond anymore. Lunar has basically everything Diamond has, and they just get it from them, and they don't bother with Diamond. And I thought about it, and I said, that's true, but when I make a Lunar account, when I decide if we're sticking around and we're going to keep going, then I will not have to worry about Diamond. But I haven't made that Lunar account yet. I'm still getting my Dynamite books, my Oni books from them. I still constantly scour their sales and clearances, which I hope will only increase. They're just trying to turn over money. That'd be great. For discounted books that I know I can sell. And we're going to keep using Pullbox until it stops working, because I really don't like the other options out there, either price point wise, functionality wise, all that. But again, I see no reason for this company to throw everything out that Diamond has done. It's not a bunch of investment, what are they called? Capital, you know what I mean. People who are looking to turn something into something else and make the name is escaping me right now. Venture capitalists. It's not a bunch of venture capitalists as far as I know. And if it is, if you're a venture capitalist, you don't start by firing everyone who's majorly integral to the work. You start by saying nothing's going to change, and then slowly making changes, as they did with Oni when they bought Oni. So we'll see. But Diamond is definitely in a massive flux again, and it's anyone's guess what's going to happen again. Private equity. There we go. Thanks, Doc. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's very, very premature. All these people. Ooh, someone ripped a book and did not tell me. I think it's very, very premature the way people are talking about Diamond. I don't see, and I'll be honest, I know a lot of stores that Diamond is their main place for statues and figures. That's what they're worried about losing. And that is what this Ad Populum company already does. So I don't think they're going to lose that. So yeah, like I said, I'm not flipping out. I've got way too many actual real life things to flip out about. But I will definitely let you know if things change and we all have to, run for the hills. Until tomorrow, remember, damn it, babies, you gotta be kind.